Hello there. So, yesterday evening, quite late, I ended up watching an interview. Well, no, not an interview. I watched a conversation between a couple, and their channel is called ADHDlove, and it's a man and a woman, and the man is going through the autism diagnosis procedure, and his partner Anne is diagnosed with ADHD. And the film is all about the subject of masking and also unmasking. In the world of neurodivergence, this is an incredibly important and significant subject. And as I myself relate to being what is called the ADHD diagnosis, in other words, I've got autism and I've got ADHD as well, I find that I can relate particularly well and poignantly to these two people, because it's like between the two of them I'm seeing myself expressed in a way which is very transformative. So here's the thing. In order to function in a neurotypical society, which is pretty much all societies on the planet at the moment, people who are neurodivergent early in life discover that if they are full of themselves, other people can't understand them or cope with them. And so they develop these coping strategies, which is called the mask. And the mask means that the person behaves in a way to make it easier for those around them to understand them. And the guy in the film, he's just brilliant, because he explains at a particular point in his life, he was a bank manager, he went to all these meetings, and he went to the pub a lot, and he gambled, he did all these things. And the thing is, he adopted a very forceful, loud persona that actually wasn't him at all, and he was simply acting the role so that he would be perceived by his work colleagues as being an acceptable human being. Now, yeah, it's quite emotional for me to make this film, so, and I just wanted to just give you that little sight of the sun. So I highly recommend this film, and I am very much processing what I learnt from watching it. And I guess one of the things that has been quite hard for me to accept, and it came late last night, about 3/4 of the way through the film, and they'd spoken quite a lot about relationships. And the point they were making is that ultimately, if you're a neurodivergent, what you want to do is you want to reach the point in your relationship where you can be fully yourself, take the mask off, and be accepted for who you are. And when I reflected upon this, it came to me that actually, in all my relationships, there has come a point where the person that I've been with, when I start to show myself who I really am, they reach the point where they find it's too much, and they pull away, and the next thing I know, the relationship's over. So it was quite something to accept that, but nonetheless I'm very grateful for that understanding, that realization. So very much processing that at the moment. And I find this is with my sexual relationships I'm speaking about. I find with other relationships it's actually much, much easier for me to find the way. And in fact, one of my most intimate relationships actually is being with my apprentices when I'm training to be shamanic practitioners. And also hosting retreats with plant medicines. These two ways I have managed to find a way to be more myself than I'm able to be in most social situations, But I'm also discovering that ecstatic dance is another way where I can be very much myself and be completely accepted, which is utterly extraordinary. And also with the singing and with the mantra practice in the group, which is called the curtain. All these are really helpful ways for me to feel acknowledged and validated and okay to be me. So I'm giving you the link to this film, and if you are at all interested in the subject of masking and unmasking and just what the consequences of all this and the price that people pay, I highly recommend you watch this ADHD love film of this couple sharing their experiences in a really beautiful way. All the love to you.